So even though it's my, it takes a lot of work, and kind of pursuing this project has very much been, is an idea that I was very doggedly pursuing it, and it takes a lot of just background work to identify the schools, work with the public school district, do all the measuring and diagramming and all of that. Um, it's an interesting experience for me because I don't actually make any of the artwork. I do all of the boring, heavy kind of the boring kind of grunt work that happens before the artwork can happen. That's the part that I tackle, and then of course I kind of orchestrate my students, and I help them, make it all happen. So in that respect, I feel more like a film director. Like I'm always behind the scenes for these things, but other than the occasional problem solving with students, I don't hardly put a brushstroke down on any of these murals. They come up with the imagery, they do the revisions and the concepts, they figure out how to transfer it all to the panels and paint it. They do all of the painting, and then they all work together in teams to kind of make sure that everything stays cohesive. So it's interesting because I look at it and I'm really proud of the difference that it makes and the imagery that they make, and how striking and how much more interesting the school looks now. And I love the fact that 3 years ago this was just a blank wall that was in pretty rough shape. It was constantly getting tagged, and it just was kind of dreary. And now kids coming to school, especially starting this next school year, when they come to school, they're greeted by this really colorful celebration of their heritage and their aspirations and their dreams, and seeing themselves represented, the diversity of different ethnicities and nationalities and religions. And so being greeted by this every single day when I come to school, rather than a big gray wall that had just tags on it,
Yeah.
That makes me really happy.
So you have the last 4 panels going up.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's on the 4 panels?
So this last whole mural section that's going up is the final section for this mural project, and we started this 2 years ago at the north end of Bales, and this whole mural is on an incline. The school is a bit of a slope, so the wall at the very end, the mural starts at literally I think about 12 inches or maybe like 16 inches high, and then it goes here to what is this, like 12 feet high. So it is like a long triangle basically. So when we started last year, we started first with celebrating the different kind of ethnicities and just the diversity, the heritage of the student population at Whittier. So we have African American and we have Africa, Latin America, Asia, Europe, and the United States as kind of individual cultures that are coming together. So as you walk down the wall, you can see all of these cultures being represented. And then for this latest section that was finished this year, or technically was finished this last school year that ended, we moved on from making the imagery about the population and the diversity of the Whittier school, more to the aspirations of what students want to become and what the future holds. So as we move forward, we basically have all of these different kids from different backgrounds just playing together and working together. And we finished the Bale side, and then we kind of fold into the playground. And in the playground, it's basically the final section is almost like an old vintage postcard with big lettering and imagery inside the lettering. And the lettering says, "How are you making your mark?" And in each one of the letters, we have represented different professions. And one of the things that we did is my students and I came to Whittier, and we interviewed the kids here at Whittier and asked them what they wanted to be when they grow up, and also what their families are doing, what are their parents doing for a living. So we have that represented, whether it's you know the actual professions that their families are engaged in, or what the kids are aspiring to be. So this is meant to inspire students to, well, first to recognize their current contributions to society, and also to inspire them to aim high. That they're young kids. All of these are elementary, middle school kids, so they have a bright future ahead, and we want to make sure that they know that they don't cut themselves short. The future is wide open for them. This is the last school building that we're doing in the historic Northeast. We did the Scared School before, and then we did Whittier. And starting this school year, we are moving to Blue Hills neighborhood to do one of the schools that's shuttered over there.